Hey everybody, it's Beth Thomas with Change for Growth, and I'm delighted to be here today with my friend, Dr. Bethany Klynn. And Bethany, we are so excited to have you as part of our Coach for Success program. And it is such a delight to be able to work with you again. I worked with you way back when at the Limited. We reconnected and just thrilled to be working with you once again. So we just want to give our prospective clients just a view into who is Dr. Bethany. And if we had to ask you, think about your background, tell us a little bit about your experience, and give people a sense of what style you have in order to engage with them.
Sure. So I appreciate being called Dr. Bethany. I'm not usually referred to that way. It feels so official, but I do have a PhD in what is industrial organizational psychology, which I just call psychology of the workplace. And that's really been a lifelong passion, is understanding the workplace, understanding teams and leaders and how they're most effective together in order to get results for the business.
Yeah.
So a fair amount of my experience was in leadership roles where I was responsible in a large corporate setting for leadership development, learning and development, executive coaching, how to shape a company culture, employee engagement. Those were the types of work streams that I was responsible for. And both in terms of setting strategy, but then also working as that internal consultant on different things that would come up. And I went out on my own because I loved the roles, I loved being internal, and then decided I wanted an opportunity to work with more businesses and across more industries. And that's really what I've had the opportunity to do. I find that these skills, when it comes to shaping your company culture, when it comes to leadership development, engaging leaders and building their capabilities and helping teams be more effective, it goes across industries. It helps for me to get up to speed on the culture of the business and understand how things apply there. But there are leaders all over, and so this has been great in terms of getting to work across companies and across industries in this way.
Yeah, and what a great skill set that you can bring to both individuals and both to organizations as well. And, nowadays with the virtual workforce, it's so much more difficult for organizations to build that culture virtually. So I know that you're doing a lot of work in helping organizations understand how they need to work maybe a little bit differently to not only engage, but create the culture that the organizations desire, especially in this new world. But what types of other issues or problems are you trying to solve, either individually for folks, whether it's coaching, developing, and helping them get through some of their own pain points, or even organizations alike?
Sure. So, the topic that you mentioned about, getting through this pandemic and what it's doing to individuals, to teams, to entire organizational cultures is something that I'm working on with a number of clients. Almost all organizations have been impacted. So whether that's, gosh, we've been remote for so long that we're not quite sure if we're working together most effectively, or whether certain elements of our culture has eroded over time. Maybe we've done a restructure or we've had a reduction in force during the
Mhm.
pandemic. What does that
Mm,
mean?
right.
A lot of folks report that it's harder to have those challenging conversations they need to have when they're doing it remotely. So I'm spending quite a bit of time and I do tend to work on those three different levels: one-on-one with leaders, with teams, and across organizations. So it could be on topics like that. Generally though, that's always how I work, is across those three levels. It might be that um, there's been a merger or some type of acquisition, and giving some thought to, again, how to merge cultures. What are the elements that we want to bring together? How do we get teams to operate most effectively? I generally work with leaders where they are successful, the company is successful, but they're starting to have people issues that are disrupting growth and progress. And what they want is to get the best out of their people again, and have them moving in the same direction and working cohesively so that they can grow their business.
Absolutely. Well, you have given us a great couple-minute overview on the value that you can bring both individuals and companies and teams alike. So we want to thank you for being part of our Coach for Success program. And for all of you out there listening and watching, give us a call and hire Bethany to do some great work for you.